Our CNN security correspondent, Josh Campbell, who was an FBI agent, he said just from a law enforcement perspective, Secretary Noem's security acted appropriately at the beginning, not when you were in the hallway being handcuffed, but at the beginning, trying to keep you away or get you out of the room because you interrupted her press conference. What do you think of that?
If that's how they treat a senator trying to ask a question, here's one of my big takeaways. Then imagine not what they can do, what they are doing to so many people without titles.
But they might not have known. I know you said pretty early, I'm a senator, but.
I was escorted into that room by a National Guardsman and an FBI agent. Look, the whole Los Angeles press corps, this is Los Angeles, this is my hometown. They know who I was. And what does it say about the secretary to not know who the senator from California is, the ranking member of the Judiciary Subcommittee on Immigration?
You were escorted into the room by law enforcement.
Absolutely. I was escorted during my entire time in that building. From showing up in the building, going through security screening, escorted by an FBI agent, a National Guards member, to the conference room where I was awaiting a briefing. They're the ones that requested, well, if we're waiting, can we go listen in on the press conference? They escorted me over to the press conference. They opened the door for me, and they stood next to me while I was listening for the entire time. And then, of course, once I was forcibly removed and handcuffed.
Several of your fellow Democrats say that Secretary Noem should resign. Is that where you are?
Look, that's maybe not my focus right now, but I do think there's some serious questions. How does the cabinet secretary not know the senator from California when she steps foot into Los Angeles? She came through the Senate for confirmation at one point. And certainly, how does the Secretary of Homeland Security not know how to de-escalate a situation? It's because she can't or because they don't want to. And it sets the tone. Donald Trump and Secretary Noem have set the tone for the Department of Homeland Security and the entire administration in terms of escalation and extreme enforcement actions.
One last question. Your Democratic colleague, Senator Brian Schatz, he was defending your actions on the Senate floor. It was a pretty emotional speech. He said the way you were treated is something we see in dictatorships, that in a democracy you are allowed to be disrespectful and disruptive. I know you said that that was kind of an organic moment, but do you think more Democrats should be, in his words, disrespectful and disruptive?
I wasn't trying to be disrespectful or disruptive, and I don't think I was. I was simply asking a question. Just as the members of the press corps ask questions, members of the Congress, members of the Senate ask questions to do our job to hold the administration accountable.